Namaste and hello, my dear, sincere, attentive, and well behaved students. How are you all doing? I am sure you must be taking good care of yourselves, utilizing your time in the best possible manner, doing all your academic work, giving time to your hobbies too, and helping your parents. Am I right? And that is why I decided to give you this compliment of being sincere, attentive, and well behaved. So, did you like the adjectives I've used for you? And this is how we use adjectives in our day to day conversation. As you know, we did adjectives last week, and just to remind you once again, adjectives are words that describe a noun or a pronoun and tell us more about its quality, that is, when we use adjectives of quality, its quantity, when we use adjectives of quantity, its position, using demonstrative adjectives, or ownership, when we use possessive adjectives. As you see here in this picture, a hard rocky mountain and a soft pillow. So adjectives basically tell us the quality of a noun. Now what if we want to make a comparison between things which are similar? Adjectives can also be used to compare two or more nouns or pronouns. This is known as degrees of adjectives or adjectives for comparison, right? And children, today we are going to learn more about degrees of adjectives. There are 3 degrees of adjectives. First is positive degree, second is comparative degree, and third is known as superlative degree. We are going to learn about these today one by one. And for this we are going to refer to our grammar book. Adjectives for comparison. First we'll look at let's learn. Adjectives, as we have already seen, can have 3 forms: positive, comparative, and superlative. So first we are going to talk about positive degree. When we talk about a person or things without any comparison involved, it is known as the positive degree, and it is also called the base form. For example, Chaya is a tall child. Here we are talking about the quality of a girl named Chaya. Now we are not comparing Chaya with any other child. We are simply telling her quality, that she is a tall girl. There could be other children who could be taller than her or shorter than her, right? In such a case, we use the positive degree of an adjective. Now the comparative and the superlative degrees are used to compare things or persons. Comparisons can be made on the common quality shared by different persons or objects. For example, if we are talking about the height of a child, we cannot compare it with the intelligence of another child, right? So for comparison of adjectives, we have to use the same adjective in different nouns. Now let's look at the comparative form. When a comparison is made between two persons or things only, I am repeating, only two persons and things, then the comparative form is used. For example, Shovik is taller than Chaya. Now, as we said in the first example, Chaya is a tall child. There, we did not know if she is the tallest one or someone else is taller than her. But in the second example, we came to know that Shovik is taller than Chaya. Notice one thing: whenever we use comparative degree, we use the word than, THAN, after the adjective. So whenever we find than written with an adjective, it is surely the comparative form of the adjective. Now next comes the superlative degree. When the comparison shows the best or the worst in a group, then the superlative form is used. Another thing, we use superlative form among 3 or more people or things only. Superlative degree cannot be used for 2 things. Now let's look at the example. Chavi is the tallest among all the students in her class. Now superlative degree shows that the person having this quality is either the best or the worst in a group. That means on the top or at the bottom. Another thing is that whenever we write superlative degree, we always write the before it. If you remember that when we did articles, there also we read that article the is used before the superlative form of the adjectives. Now let's move on to certain rules we need to follow for making the comparative and the superlative degree of an adjective. Rule number 1 says that suffixes er and est are often added to adjectives to form the comparative and superlative forms. So most of the times we simply use er and est to an adjective to form its comparative and superlative form. For example, high plus er higher, and high plus est highest becomes its comparative and superlative degree. Now rule number 2 says if the word has only one syllable, that is a very short word, and it ends with a consonant, then double the consonant and then add er and est. For example, the adjective big ends with the consonant G. So for making its comparative and superlative degree, we use double G. So the degrees of the word big are big, bigger and biggest. Rule 3 says if the words end in Y, then change Y to I, and then we add er and est. For example, the adjective happy ends with Y, so we remove the Y and add I, er in happier, and I plus est in happiest, the superlative degree. For all the adjectives that end with Y, we simply add IER in the comparative degree and IEST in the superlative degree. Like dry, drier, driest, or healthy, healthier, and healthiest. Rule number 4 says, generally, for longer words like beautiful, intelligent, etc., we add more and most or less and least to get their comparative and superlative degrees. For example, beautiful, more beautiful, and most beautiful. Some other examples could be interesting, more interesting, and most interesting, or powerful, less powerful, or least powerful, right? So for positive comparison, we use more and most, and for negative comparison, we use less and least. So here comes the odd one out. Rule number 5 for irregular adjectives. Here we simply change the spellings of the word. For example, you all know good becomes better and best. Similarly, bad becomes worse or worst. Little becomes less and least, and much or many becomes more and most. Children, for your reference, a table containing the positive, comparative, and superlative degrees of a list of adjectives is given at the end of your grammar book on pages 172, 173, and 174. You must go through this list thoroughly and refer to it whenever you need to. And with this, we come to an end of today's lesson. I am sure you must have liked this presentation. If you did, think of certain adjectives which you can use to describe this PPT. And with that, I say goodbye to you. Take care of yourselves. Stay home, stay happy, and stay healthy.